Hey guys, so today's unboxing and review video is for EXO's XOXO Repackage. This is the Korean version, so this is XOXO Kiss. So this CD consists of 14 tracks, and it comes in this really cool like packaging. It's almost like a notebook kind of binder, which is really cool. Really like the idea for it. This CD does come with a photo card, and there are 1 out of 28 to get. That is like a staggering amount of photo cards. You have either a version A or version B. Version A are suited, and version B are like casual, like the sort of Wolf era. I don't mean like, I know this is Wolf era, but like the Wolf concept. It's like kind of the casual concept, basically. Yeah, so like I say, there are 1 out of 28 cards, a version A and a version B. You have individual member cards, so there's 12 version A's for members and then 12 version B for members. There's a version A for OT12 group card and a version B for the OT12 group card. And then for OT6K and OT6M, there's just a version A card. So yeah, so basically there's a lot of cards to get for this album if you collect all of EXO. And it doesn't matter if you buy the Korean version. It doesn't mean that if you buy the Korean version you'll get a Korean member, and if you buy the Chinese version you'll get a Chinese member or an XOM member. I bought the Korean version. I bought this version at H Mart, I think in New Malden. After I'd been to see BAP, we went down there, me and my friends, and I bought this just kind of spur of the moment because it was there, and it's the Korean version, and I pulled Chen, so his version A card, so it doesn't actually matter which version you buy. You can get a version, an EXO-K member, or you can get an XOM member. So yeah, that's pretty much all I need to say about that. So let's take a look at the packaging. So this is what the front of the CD looks like, and obviously it says Growl here in Hangul, and obviously it just has like lots of different pictures of the band in like these black and white squares and stuff, which is really cool. And obviously because it is a Korean release, we have our gold sticker up here on the front, and just up here where the barcode is, it says EXO the first album XOXO Repackage. And then on the side just down here, you've got your EXO symbols, and it just says XOXO, and obviously the red is for the Korean version. And then on the back we have our tracks, so obviously 14 tracks on here. So track number 1 is obviously Growl, and then track number 2 is Wolf, track 3 is XOXO, track 4 is Lucky, track 5 is Baby Don't Cry, track 6 is Black Pearl, track 7 is Don't Go, track 8 is Let Out the Beast, track 9 is 365, track 10 is Heart Attack, track 11 is Peter Pan, track 12 is Baby, track 13 is My Lady, and track 14 is Growl, the EXO-K version. So you have all your tracks here, and then just down here it says EXO, and then you've got SMK 0295, which is obviously just the code for EXO for the actual album. So that is everything you get on the outside. So as for the inside, you open it up and you have your CD here, and obviously it says Growl with this cool like yellow splatter kind of effect on it, and it says EXO the first album XOXO Repackage. And then this is what I mean by it's like kind of like a notepad binder kind of thing. It's got like the spiral binder bit there, and these pages are really thick. They're kind of like thick paper, not quite as thick as, well, I don't know, actually, maybe they're as thick as card. And each one has like perforations down the side probably can't tell because of the light, but they have perforations down the side. So, you know, if for example you really, I know I did it for the Hoot, the SNSD Hoot album. If you really like the postcards, you can like buy yourself a second copy and then like take the cards out, and like if you wanted to have them like in your photo card collection and stuff, that would be kind of cool. So you obviously have pictures of the band and stuff. So obviously we have like Kai, and then on the back you have like thank yous and stuff. So obviously you have Kai here, and then we have Sihoon and his on the back, and then Suho, Baekhyun, Chanyeol, Luhan, Sumin, Lay, Dio, Tao, Chris, Chen, and obviously you have your paper advertisement there, and then we have Kai again, Baekhyun, Sihoon, Suho, Lay, I like this picture of Lay, Dio, Luhan, Sumin, Tao, Chris, Chen, Lay, Dio, Baekhyun, Chanyeol, Chris, Sumin, and the cute little kid who probably has a name, Suho, Sihoon, Lay, Luhan, Sihoon and Chen, Dio, Tao, Chen, and then obviously you have the lyrics here for the first track, which is Growl. Obviously these are in Korean, but it's really cool because they look really like they look handwritten, which is kind of cool. And obviously we have Sumin with the lyrics for Wolf, and then we have, is that Luhan? I think that looks like Luhan. And then XOXO, which, then we've got Suho with Lucky, Chanyeol with Baby Don't Cry, Kai with Black Pearl, Tao and Don't Go, Chris, I like this picture of Chris, with Let Out the Beast, Chen with 365, Baekhyun with Heart Attack, Chanyeol and Peter Pan, Sihoon with Baby, Kai and My Lady, Luhan and Growl, the EXO-K version, and then cute little dog, and then just the credits on the back. So that's pretty much everything that you get inside the album. So as I said before, this does come with like a gazillion photo cards. I have to say this, kudos to anybody who collects like the full band for EXO, because you've got like a million cards to collect. But even so, so yeah, photo cards. So I have some of them here. I don't collect everybody in EXO because, I mean, I collect Super Junior, so if I tried to collect all of EXO, I would go bankrupt. So I just collect Chris, Sumin, Baekhyun and Kai. So these are all Korea press cards. So these are the ones I have. So we have obviously Chris, and this is his version A, and then this is like, that's what it looks like on the back. Then we have Sumin in his back, and Kai. I'm just missing Baekhyun's at the minute. I did pull Chen's version A card, but I traded him because I don't collect Chen. And then for version B, we have, this is what I mean by the like the casual version. So we have Chris, and then the backs are pretty much the same. So yeah, we have Chris's one, and then Sumin, and the back of that, Baekhyun, and the back of that one, and Kai, and the back of that one. So if you wanted to see like the two versions side by side, then you have Chris version A and Chris version B, Sumin version A and Sumin version B, Baekhyun's, I only have his version B, and Kai version A and version B. There is a China press version of the Photocards. I don't know how well you'd be able to see, but the Korea press versions have specs on the corner, just on the corners, and there is a for the Type A cards anyway, there is first and second press, and it will just depend where your specs are on there. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Photocards you can get. So as for a review, I have to say I actually really love this album, like a lot. And I know that I've said in some of my previous EXO reviews and stuff that I am a fan of EXO, predominantly more like EXO-M over EXO-K, EXO-M band wise, but EXO-K kind of music wise. But, and like I've said before, you know, there are tiny elements that stop me from liking EXO a bit more, which, you know, really is like kind of stupid. But like, I have to say, since I really liked their Mama album. I thought like that album was absolutely fantastic, and I was kind of highly anticipating what they would come out with next and stuff, and I have to say I'm like seriously impressed. I wouldn't say, like, obviously I'm not like a hardcore like XOL or anything like that, but I have to say, as more of like a sort of casually kind of fan, I'm like seriously impressed with this album. There is very rarely any songs that I skip, and like when I tell you like how many songs on here are like my favorite tracks, because there are like so many, it's ridiculous. Like if I had to choose some favorites, obviously Growl, Wolf, XOXO, probably one of my two standout tracks on here would be Black Pearl. I absolutely love that song. It's probably one of my top 3 favorite EXO songs, like, of all time. I love Black Pearl. Let Out the Beast is amazing. 365, I like. It, to me, actually, when I first heard 365, and I say this in like the nicest way possible, I genuinely thought I was listening to something like One Direction or something, because that is the feel that it had. It sounded very like poppy but very westernized, and that's not saying anything bad about, you know, that's not saying anything bad about either EXO or One Direction. I mean, I don't like One Direction, I don't listen to them, but that's just, when I first heard the song I was like, oh my god, am I listening to One Direction? Because that is basically the sound that it sounded like, just because it was like really overly poppy. Another favourite would be Peter Pan. I absolutely adore that song. Again, that's probably one of my like top 5 favourite EXO tracks. My Lady is really cool, and obviously the EXO-K version of Growl. Oh, there are just so many good tracks on here, and it's like, you know, obviously people know from my reviews that I am a hardcore Super Junior fan, but I have to say, you've got to give credit to EXO for this, because it was an absolutely fantastic album. I honestly, this album, when I first listened to it, left me speechless. I was just like, wow. Like, I didn't expect it from them, and like, if they can keep coming out with stuff like this album, then, you know, they're gonna do absolutely phenomenal things, because every song on this album is just fantastic. And I love the photo cards. I mean, there are, like I say, a gazillion of them, and kudos again if you collect all of them, because there are just like millions of them. And yeah, like I say, I like both of the photo cards. I like the packaging for it. I like the songs. I actually have to say, this probably, I'm going to stretch out on a limb here and say this probably is going to be my favourite EXO album. I only have the K version at the moment, but I highly am going to get, I mean, I have the M version downloaded, but I'm going to get the M version in physical form, because it's just brilliant. That's all I can say about it. and I have to high praise to EXO for that. So as always, I'll have a link to this review on my blog, which will be down below in the description box. And as always, I hope this is informative, and thanks again for watching.